Hi, everybody. Well, we are starting this webinar with a bunch of little technical difficulties, and we're going to see how this goes. Currently, right now, Greg has some computer issues. He is not able to get in. He is working on it right now. Um,
If I was to talk right now, could people hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, well then I'll just have to hear you off the phone. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Right. So, what a wonderful world we live in, just saying. Little technology issues. And I've got this really annoying music going on in the background, and I have no idea where it's coming from. So, hey, that's fun too. So, let's have a great Friday before Thanksgiving. So, and on that note, thank you all for coming and joining us on this wonderful Friday before this amazing weekend. I don't know why it's an amazing weekend. I just hope everybody's going to have an amazing weekend. So, welcome to the Local Marketing Institute Q&A with your friends, Greg Gifford from Search Lab Digital and me, myself, Ben Fisher from Steady Demand. How's everybody doing today? We hope you're doing wonderful. Greg, can you hear us?
I can hear everything now.
Excellent. Fantastic, my friend. So, you did an interview on your memo. What was that all about, buddy?
It was about our law study that we did, the big kind of GBP study for personal injury attorneys.
Oh, nice, nice. What was the highlights of that?
Oh, I mean, it was just talking to the guys about, wow, it's really hard because I'm hearing myself as I'm talking. So weird. But
Trust
yeah,
me, man. I
so
got
with
this
the
music
guys,
going
we
on. It's
talked
crazy.
about the things that we'd found, and was there anything shocking? Not really. It was all to be expected. But we talked through the industry averages that we saw and the things that we saw when we compared position one to position 10.
Okay, right on, right on. Very cool. Well, everybody, definitely, if you haven't checked that out, please do go check it out. So today, even with the technical oddities that we're going through, we're going to try and muscle through this. And as always, we are lacking questions today. So please drop your Q&A into the Q&A widget of Zoom. If you would like to get a GBP roasted, Greg and I would be happy to do this. Just throw in a link to a GBP profile, and we will gladly roast the heck out of it, or we'll tell you it's doing great. One of the two. If not, if you have a website you'd like us to take a look at, that's fine. A suspension issue, whatever you got, throw it into the Q&A. We want to get up to 10 Q&A within the next 20 minutes. Actually, let's make it 15 just for fun. With that, we don't have any sound, do we, Greg? Right? We don't have any sound effects these days, do
We're lucky I'm even on this call. Like, before the
we?
next one, I'm going to try rehooking up my old computer to see if I can use the sound effects and do it that way, because who knows what's even going on.
Okay. All right. That sounds good, man. All right. So, everybody. All right. So, here we go. First news item of the day. Most of the news is coming from SEO Roundtable today. So, if you're reading SEO Roundtable, you can probably just leave. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, seriously. So, some local news. What we got going on is that Google is going to be rolling out reviewer nicknames. Um, I think this can go down in history as one of the worst ideas that Google has come up with in the last 15 years, 20 years, maybe? I don't know. Ever since YouTube, probably. So they're going to allow people to have the option to do a nickname, which is fantastic for review spam, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah,
they would choose to do this, right?
I don't know. And they say, oh, don't worry. We've got review stuff in place. We've got filters in place. Michael, what they did before was is they used to have YouTube usernames were what was leading a review. This was true all the way through the Google Plus days. When Google Plus shut down, they removed the ability for people to have their own custom names, basically. And so now they're bringing it back. Hey, maybe they'll bring Google Plus back, right, Greg? Just saying. It's always a possibility.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. So that won't be a train wreck. I'm sure it won't be a train wreck at all, and it won't affect any of your customers. No, because whatever Google does, obviously they do it perfectly every single time. And let's talk
Yeah,
about
Google
that.
never does anything screwy.
No, no, we've got a toll. Like this entire episode should be called like Google screws up, or Google is screwing up. So here we go. Here's another one. LSA is getting this is so fucking horrible. LSA is getting competitive quotes. I don't know about you, Greg, but I thought that the beauty of LSA was you get the lead. Nobody else gets the lead. You get charged for the
That's how
lead.
it was supposed to work.
Right. Well, now LSA is rolling out the ability to get competitive quotes from multiple people. Um, and what this means is basically this, is that you will now get charged for leads that go to multiple people. This is horrible because whoever responds to the lead first wins. Everybody else kind of gets,
Or or whoever has the cheapest price, because you may not respond first, but if they send it to say five people and all five of those people answer within an hour, the guy with the lowest price is going to win.
of course, absolutely. So I think we're going to see a lot of blowback from this. Of course, Google's not going to really care. But we're going to see a lot of vendors, more merchants basically get really pissed off at the fact that they can't dispute these leads either, by the way. There's no mechanism for dispute. I mean, we're lucky because we can kind of do a little bit of disputing for our clients, but for the most part, average merchants, no, you won't have the ability. No, this is for messages and just plain old leads, Michael. This is like leads, period. So I don't think it's just messages. I think it is for phone calls as well. So actually, you know what? I take that back. It might just be messages. So I guess if you have messages turned off, maybe it'll work. I don't know. And so let's see. Another piece of news here. By the way, we have one question in the Q&A. We are getting through. We've got three news items left, so please go ahead and pop some more stuff into the Q&A. Okay, so what we got next is that Gemini 3 has now officially rolled out into AI mode for whatever that's worth. I don't know. I still think that AI mode is going to come and be default for Google search probably within the next 6 months, maybe a year. I think about 6 months. What do you think about that, Greg? You think that's possible?
Oh, I think it's possible for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I personally hate AI mode. I think it sucks.
I think a lot of people hate it too. I mean, if you go look on the Chrome store, there's a bunch of different plugins of turn AI overviews off, turn AI mode off. Like people don't like it. They're just pushing it because AI is so buzzy right now. It's this amazing thing and everybody wants to be talking about it and including it. But if you really look at the customer side, I don't think anybody really likes it that much. And I think the only thing really holding them back is they haven't really figured out how to monetize it yet. And if they push it
Mm.
completely, they lose their ad revenue.
And I think they haven't figured out the entire customer journey experience
Yeah.
as well. Which brings us to the next piece, which is ChatGPT is now using Google for their Atlas product, the browser, basically. So, yay for us and Google that's in Search Atlas. Boo for the fact that Search Atlas even exists.
Yeah.
I freaking hate AI agents personally, but that's just me. All right. Next one. I want to hear your thoughts on this, buddy. Semrush acquired by Adobe for $1.9 billion.
Billion.
Why?
I mean, we all knew Semrush was trying to get sold, right? Like they went public. Like clearly, they're trying to make some money. They have kind of become the ubiquitous tool. They're at every event. Everybody seems to be using them as an acquisition. It's probably a smart acquisition. There's a lot of technology there that's beneficial. And I read someone's opinion about partnering with Adobe, where you look at the like Fortune 100, they're all using Adobe Analytics anyway.
Hmm.
And now if they're buying this to tack on to the Adobe Analytics platform and you have more brand analytics and visibility of brand analytics that they can go insert into these massive Fortune 100 companies, then they can, multiply that revenue pretty quickly.
Hmm.
And you have the built-in, so many people out there are already using this product. I think it's kind of smart. And you know what? Congrats to the Semrush guys for selling and making stupid money.
Oh, heck yeah. Of course. I mean, I think it's actually just, this is a very small point, but, maybe this is also part of it too. Maybe Adobe, with their Firefly products and all the other kind of AI products that they have are like, oh, you know what? What's an easy way for us to get to marketers? Oh,
Yeah.
there's this tool called Semrush.
Yep.
Maybe that would help. I would think that might be a play too, but I really like the spin you're talking about there on the analytics platform. I think that makes a ton of sense. So, and not to
I mean,
mention, I think,
I think it's a really smart play by Adobe, actually.
yeah, according to Barry, here's what they said: brand visibility is being reshaped by generative AI, and brands that don't embrace this new opportunity risk losing relevance and revenue. With Semrush, we're unlocking geo. Oh, fuck, they use the word geo for
I
marketers
hate
as a
that.
new growth channel aside their SEO, driving more visibility. Adobe is la 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 la. So yeah, so that it's exactly what they're doing. They're making a move into the AI space basically with geo.
Well,
Fuck.
there's that, and then the other side too. There has to be some sort of thought process going on over there that SEMrush is in so many marketers' toolkits,
Hmm.
and most of those marketers are using Google Analytics, which people still bitch about GA4, even though it's been GA, like it's really just GA at this point. But maybe there's some thought on their end that this gets them a foot in the door to talk about using Adobe
Yeah,
Analytics instead of Google Analytics on a bunch of sites.
yeah, and back to the whole AI thing. I mean, the fact is that Adobe's been losing the race when it comes to images and video
Yeah,
generation. So this might give them a little bit of a leg up. Maybe.
yeah, for sure.
I guess we'll see. I mean, it's a pretty small bet for them if you think about it. 2 billion. That's a pretty small bet for them.
Yeah, I mean, for
So
Adobe, that's not much money.
yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, we have two things left here to go, people. So we have one in the Q&A. So either y'all can pop in some more Q&A, or we're going to have an early show. All right, last thing for news, and this is this. So show of hands or show of whatever in the chat. Have you been the victim or your clients been the victim of a review extortion attempt? Please sound off in the webinar chat, yes or no, if you have been a victim or your clients have. Okay. Mark, no. Two clients recently. Okay. No. Okay. No, I'm afraid it'll happen. You should be afraid, Ted. Donna, okay. No, no. Wendy, no. All right. No, but review spam, of course. No. All right. No. All right. Okay. Well, yes, Mike, clients. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. There's another no. Mike, I'd like to hear from you. Yes, on your clients. Did it get resolved? And same thing with you, Lindsay. Did it get resolved? What happened? I'm going to give it a second. We're just going to call this the audio mess up episode. Like you have to be on your
Right.
phone. I've got this annoying, annoying music, and I think it's from Zoom, just like going through my headset, and it's like so distracting.
Yeah, why would Zoom be playing music for you if you're, it's like the waiting music that you play before the episode
Yeah,
starts.
yeah, it's horrible. It's like do 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 do. It's this like smooth jazz in the background. It's like it's crazy.
I'd rather have that than hearing what I'm saying delayed by like a half a second back to what I'm saying.
Oh, dude, that's annoying.
It's tough.
All right, so you report to Google went away. Okay, we report the reviews the normal way. Okay, all right, okay, 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 good, good. All right. That would be great if that worked, Stephen. That's what Greg is doing. You know what could the music be from a Slack huddle?
Ooh, did you not turn that huddle
Oh, you
off
know
that we were
what?
on earlier?
Ah, oh, dude, Chad, you're fucking amazing, man. It was the Slack huddle when Greg and I were actually testing the audio because we couldn't figure out who was at fault here. All right, cool. So, so thank you, Chad. You get a free ass hat when we put them out. I'm just saying. All right, cool. So, thank goodness. Oh, so annoying. All right, so news extortions. Extortions are on the rise. Okay, the extortion style, I guess you could call it, that's out right now is pretty much exclusively to, of course, foreigners and WhatsApp. So what they're doing is they're leaving this like horrible one-star review, and then the image of the reviewer has a WhatsApp number in it. Or they're actually starting to get it brazen as to start adding their WhatsApp number to the actual review itself. So those are easy to filter. The image one, not so easy. The good news is that Google reacted to this very quickly. So a lot of us PEs, we saw this when it was started to happen, and we alerted them to it immediately. And within, I think, gosh, what was it, like a week? I want to say it was like a week, Greg, right? That they put up the
A week of
review
what?
extortion form.
Oh yeah, it was quick. It was real
Yeah,
quick.
it was really quick. So because contrary to belief, Google's intent is to protect merchants and consumers both, right? So they put up the review extortion form, and kind of like in the PE group are like, oh, great, here's another freaking form, yay, something that'll go into a black hole and never be read. Wrong. The review extortion form is actually acted on within less than 24 hours. I had a client this week, and they had tried all sorts of ways to get these reviews removed, and they were continually getting extorted. They went to a bunch of people, a bunch of pretty well-known people in the space. They couldn't get them removed. They came to us, and we were able to get them down in 12 hours. This is the third time that I've done this, actually. And it's really impressive. And there's going to be an article coming out in the Washington Post actually about this. A lot of us, and I think in the local space, have been interviewed about it. And it's just really, really good. Exactly, Michael. That is the link. Yes, here's the actual link and the support help doc that tells you a little bit more about it. So if you are, or if you see anybody getting extorted by the WhatsApp or anything, just go ahead and have them go fill that form out. It usually will be resolved very quickly within 24 hours. So that's the news about that. And with that, we have one question for you, Greg. We do have three in the hopper, by the way. So we'll get to those. All right. And on that note, we have three questions in the hopper. Okay, never mind. We have four questions in the hopper. This is good. This is good. We're about 10 off from where we need to be. But if you want to have anything answered that's burning question, please pop it in the Q&A. If you would like something roasted, a GBP roast, Greg and I are happy to do this for you. A website audit, we'll do that as well. All right, buddy. So this question is from Michelle. And let's see, is Michelle here? Michelle is not here. The
Michelle's
Michelle
not
today.
here,
Not the one that
which
asked
makes
this
it
question.
hard because looking at this question, I'm not quite sure what she's talking about because I have not ever seen that.
I don't know what button she's talking about.
Unless with buttons she means site links.
I can get more site links than four.
Yeah. Well, just for everyone wondering, the question says that Michelle is noticing some organic search results that have buttons under the listing. There are usually four buttons, trying to figure out where or how Google is adding these buttons. I have not seen buttons in search results, so I don't know what this is talking about.
Anybody in the audience know what she's talking about?
Michelle, if you're listening to this on the replay, this is why you got to show up to get your questions answered live in case we need some clarification. So we would be happy to answer this at any point in the future, but you'll need to come back live and give us a little bit more context into what you're talking about, or even better, a screen capture.
Rachel thinks that she's talking about site links.
I think it's
Ah.
probably site links. If it's site links, Google pulls it out algorithmically. You can't really control it. So, hey, there we go.
Michael's saying exactly what I was thinking. She might have some Chrome extension turned on. That's exactly what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Mark saying new look for site links. I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess with that, we're just going to have to move on. So, and with that moving
Let's
on,
save Wendy's roast until the end so we can spend more time on it and not have to rush.
sounds good. All right. Then we're going to
So
start with
I will
Mike's.
ask you Mike's question first.
Let's do it.
Mike has a client that has been stuck in pending edits for a couple of months. What can Mike do to move this along?
All right. So, Mike, number one, pending edits start for a couple months. What are you doing, dude? Why have you waited a couple months? That's the first question. The second thing is pending edits can sometimes take up to 30 days. If it takes more than 30 days for a pending edit to go through, there is an issue. Okay. It's stuck basically. So what you need to do is contact support first, hit support, see if they can go ahead and get it unstuck basically. If support tells you to go pound sand, which they probably won't in this case, by the way, then more than likely they'll either push it through or they'll ask you questions, depending on, what's going on with the edit. Now, if support says we don't see any issue, then you have no choice. But you're going to have to go ahead and go to, of course, the product expert community, and one of us product experts will go ahead and escalate it for you. Usually won't get that far though. What do you think, Greg? Any ideas?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to add. That was the perfect answer, my friend.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, this one's for you. And by the way, it's from Rachel Johnson, and it is an automotive client. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I know, right? I have an automotive client whose website keeps being changed by Google from the actual website URL to the OEM's URL. What would cause this?
Well, um, I would ask if you can tell us in the chat how quickly does the URL change after you've updated it back to the dealership's rooftop? Is it like the next morning it switches back to the OEM site, or is it sporadic, or is it usually within 24 hours? Okay, that means for everyone who is listening to the replay, Rachel said it's usually the next morning or afternoon. It, I can almost guarantee you it is something like a Yext or an Uberall. You have some tool that has been set up that connects to your GBP through the API, and it's got that other URL in it. And so every day it's going to fire the same information back. So you're going to need to diagnose which tool is connected to the GBP that is sending that information. It could be an old SEO vendor, could be an old reputation vendor, could be an old PPC vendor, it could be an old website vendor that just didn't turn that service off, or maybe it was a service that the dealership was using. There is actually a link. If you give me a second, I can give you a link that you can use.
Because you can go into your account settings for your Google account, And you can see what is connected to your Google account. That'll also help. It might give you a clue.
I have to get the link. Okay, if you go to this link that I'm putting into the chat,
Yep,
for
there you
everyone
go.
listening on the replay, the link is myaccount.google.com/permissions question mark PLI equals one. If you do that with the account that owns the profile, it will pull up a list of everything that has access to that profile. And so then, Rachel, you double checked with Yext. If Yext doesn't show up in the list, it's not Yext and it's something else. But that list will show you everything that has the ability to change information. So if you go in and check that list, that's going to help you kind of narrow down most likely which service or tool is causing this problem.
Yep. And just so you know, you don't have to do the whole PLI equals one, Greg. Just so you know, it's just it's an argument.
Oh, that was just what I had saved.
I know, buddy. I know. But for the replay, yeah, myaccount.google.com/permissions, it works perfectly. All right. Excellent.
So then, question for you from Michael.
Okay.
Not to beat the local AI thing to death, but any insights on the immediate horizon regarding the next incorporation of AI search within local and maps?
No, there is actually no other answer. That is very short. It's to the point. No. There is no indication. There is no indicator at all. I mean, Google has been in test mode for what, 2 years now? It's been about, I think it's been
Yeah.
about 2 years since AI mode kind of came out. And if you go into either Gemini or if you go into AI mode or whatever, and you just do a local query here, I'll go do one right now. How about that? Just for freaking fun. I'm going to say best plumber near me. And yeah, so Google came up with some plumbers that I've never seen before in my life with tips on hiring a plumber, and then finally a map at the bottom. And as I would expect, the 11 sources that it is using are basically Yelp and Google and the Better Business Bureau. So, in other words, to put it succinctly, it still sucks. That's really all
Yep.
there is to it. So, they don't have it. They're not doing a good job at it. They're not going to get this very quick. And they're going to have to do it very slowly because Maps makes them a crap load of revenue. So,
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out eventually because they're gonna push in that direction. I just think it's gonna be a lot slower than general informational search.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Google's going to win the map war, right? I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
everybody has to use their data. So their data is the best. I can't see anybody replacing this, right? Because what are they going to do? Use Yelp, you know?
Yeah, right.
Um, as one's no way. Yeah.
Or Bing.
So, Michael, I mean, the question of are we going to see the AI overview interface in local search? I don't know, man. It's I wish I had that crystal ball. I really do. But unfortunately, even with all the stuff that we've been looking at and learning about AI and all testing and everything like that, it's like the answer is still who knows, man. It's a roll of the dice at this point. It really
Yep.
is. So anybody who's saying it's going to or not, I mean, they're just everybody's just guessing. They really are. Although I will say this, AI mode just does have an interesting feature here. You can actually select one of the local results, or you can select multiples, and it puts it into the chat box, and then you can query against it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to say which is best.
You should share your screen.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just not going to. All right, so let's see. So I picked three. I said which is the best. And it gives me a table with Google rating, review counts, and key highlights from reviews. Okay. It tells me which one's licensed. That's kind of useful, actually. So,
That's not bad.
yeah, that's not bad. So it's getting there, but I don't think it's anything that we have to worry about. I think as local marketers, that we are pretty darn safe. 3 years ago, if you had asked me that question, I would have said, I have no freaking clue. Maybe you should go get a job. Working in being a plumber, maybe that's pretty safe. But these days, everything that I've seen over the past couple of years, the AI mode does not scare me from a local standpoint, not one little bit. Yet, I will let you know when it does. All right, we have another roast, so we're going to skip that for the moment. All right, then we have a question from you from Chad Treadway.
Okay.
Following up on review spam and general GBP. I didn't know is there a general GBP? Just saying. Do you recommend having clients turn on messaging and using WhatsApp? We deal in pest control in the US, but would be interested to know about it in general.
Uh, Personally, I don't think WhatsApp is used enough in North America. So if your pest control company is in North America, I don't think there's enough adoption of WhatsApp to make it worth turning on. And you do potentially open yourself up to review spam extortion when you do that. So you have to look at, is the juice worth the squeeze? Are you going to get enough lift from having the messaging turned on to offset the danger of review extortion? I don't think so. So I wouldn't say it's worth doing. What do you think?
And I concur, buddy. 1,000%. I agree. It's just not worth it. Like you said, you are opening yourself up at that point to being hit, basically. It's an
Yep.
easy way for somebody from Singapore or whatever to just come in and go, hello, I've been hired by your competitor to ruin your business.
Yep.
I have left, I am leaving, I am left, no, it's we, I am left 50 bad review.
Yep.
You pay me, so
All
I can
right.
feed my
So
children.
then, before we get to the roast, we have one more question from you from
All right.
Lindsay.
Okay.
So Lindsay has an SAB that moved to a different state a bit ago.
Mhm.
When she moved, we made the address visible and put in the new address, gave it a few days, and then rehid the address. We were never prompted for reverification. She still shows strong in her own state and doesn't really show in the map for the new area. I think it just hasn't recognized the new address. Should we show and change the address again, or is there another option?
Okay, so Lindsay, this is a very common issue. Google still doesn't have SAPs handled very well, but there is a different workflow for this. So what you have done is you've basically done a big nothing burger at this point. You have told Google nothing. You have just basically kind of played with a setting. This is the way that you do it. Create a new profile in the new city. Exact same information, except of course, probably the phone number. Then reach out to Google support. Say, this is the old profile. This is the new profile. I would like to merge the old profile to the new profile. We are moving. They will do the merge and the reviews will go with it. That is the process. There is no other process at this point. So what you're trying to do right there is just not going to work. That's an old way of doing things. So try that and yeah, see if that works for you. What do you think, buddy?
Boom. That's
Done.
it.
All right. Excellent.
I guess now it's time to roast some stuff.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes, man. So I think we can do 2 in 20, you know? I think it's highly possible. And while we are doing that, everybody in the comments will be, oh, okay, what about making sure all the maps change across channels? Yes, of course, absolutely, Michael, that's a good point. You definitely want to update that. And of course, update the service area on the website, all the little good things to do. And so while Greg and I are taking a look at this right now, meaning the GBP, which we are going to roast, which by the way is yours, Wendy. So while we're doing that, why don't you sound off in the comments? What are you all doing for the holidays? Is everybody traveling? or are you staying home? All right. That being said, you ready to hit it, buddy?
Let's do it.
All right.
I am sharing my screen. Oh man, I've already found something fun. Um, you want to go
I see
first? You
it.
want me to?
No, no, go ahead. Hit it. I'll hit the next one first.
Let's see what categories look like. Electrician and electrical installation service. Okay. Um, I am personally not a fan of including LLC in the business name because you're not going to answer the phone LC Pro Electric LLC. You're just going to see LC Pro Electric. So
It's
I would
also
get rid
against
of
the
that.
guidelines. Oh, it's against the guidelines.
Um, what is this address? That looks like a house.
Yeah, go ahead and click on the, yeah, go back. Click on the bottom right, the street view. Oops. There you go.
Okay, so it's just the corporate office in some building.
Back up.
Um,
No, no, no. Go click on the map again. Sorry. And then go to the bottom. There you go. All right.
yeah,
So
it's
it
that.
is. Okay. So it is a building of some kind. Okay.
Um, I would wonder why it was set up as a storefront and not a service business if it's an electrician.
Hmm.
Let's look at this. So the number one ranked profile also has an address. So everybody's set up with addresses. So, okay, keep it with the address because everybody else is doing that. Um, Hours look okay. You are not doing Google Posts. I would definitely do Google Posts, especially because you're an electrician and you're a service business. I would have compelling offers there. Let's look on reviews are not being responded to very quickly because that's a week ago and no response. You've got responses to other stuff, so that's pretty decent. Let's see what bad review responses look like. There
Hmm.
are no bad reviews. It's all five-star reviews. Well, okay then. I would also go look at the website and immediately right off the bat, we've got problems. Oh wait, it just didn't load quickly. Not so bad. Um, Title tag of just Electrician Katy, Texas, LC Pro Electric LLC. Not a great title tag. H1 don't match. Um, I mean, it's a decent site. Let's check for duplicate content. A little bit spammy to say we serve the Houston metro area, including Katy and Sugar Land, and then right here you're like Houston Metro again. Like you just said that. You don't need to say it again. Let's see, do we have alt text on these? Just whole home generator. Your alt text could be better optimized with locality included. It's here. Click to leave a Google review. Right. Sure, what's up with that logo like that, covering up content
Yeah, that's
that's
probably a CSS issue.
cost of benefiting. I mean, these are okay. I would not do such a giant image there. Let's see how optimized that is too. Yeah, I mean, like you're pushing all the content down just for a picture of a dude holding wires. I would try to get the content surfaced above the fold. I mean, it looks pretty decent overall. Do you have
I'm going
anything
to
to
add
add?
something to that. Yeah, to that page. I mean, if you go back to that blog post, um, since we're talking about AI, let's talk about this. Let's talk about content. If you go to the actual content of the cost benefits of hiring a licensed electrician, this is a perfect place for a Q&A and, creating, what's considered kind of chunkable content. Um, you know, like the question, what have you, do you have insurance that covers, electrical installation,
Yeah.
things like that? You know, what is a spot on diagnosis? What do I have to do to be code compliant? Things like that. So asking what types of questions and things of that nature are going to help you from an AI standpoint. The other thing I would do is click back to the Google search with the profile, and then I would actually click on AI mode
Click
over in
on
the,
AI mode.
yeah, click on AI mode. And the reason for this is you want to see how your brand is basically being treated by Google in AI mode. And then scroll down a little bit. So it's getting the data properly. There we go. Reviews and reputation. This is the important part. Okay, review highlights. That's pretty decent. Now go back to the top. I'm sorry, to the bottom. Never mind. You got to do it a different way. Type in, let's just try this. I haven't done this in a little while. Type in just reviews.
Right here.
Yeah, I do this usually a different way, but I just kind of want to see what this brings up now. Okay, good. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do. So, um, in the age of AI, understanding how your reputation is seen basically by Google is extremely important, especially because it can conflate your information with other brands and it can also confuse your information. Most of this information is being brought in from Google itself, so it's pretty darn accurate. But what you want to do here is you want to look for anything that's incorrect. Now, you can see the key themes, which is great. But if you want to do this actually a little bit more fun, back up one more step. The Back up your page, the browser. Go back to you or go. Okay, there you go. So just take out. You want to just put in LLC Pro Electric LLC. Take out everything
Get rid of
else.
all this.
Yep. You might want to put Katie just in case, and
Oh,
then
let's see
type
what
in the
happens if
word.
not. And now go
No,
AI
no,
mode.
no, 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 no. Type in reviews, plural, next to the word LLC. There you go. Okay, now click on AI mode. So what this is going to do is this is going to grab reviews from all over the place, by the way. Better Business Bureau, Facebook, sometimes even Glassdoor, things like that. You can do this on any brand. And so this is pretty clean. This is good. This is actually pretty decent. Um, if you do this on, let's see, actually go back down a little bit. Hold on, I think I saw one thing. No, go back down just a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so good. So it looks like everything actually is pretty decent for this brand, which is great. But if you start running into a brand that might have problems or where Google's confused, it's going to show positive reviews and negative reviews. And the negative information can actually get compounded very quickly, especially if it's basically if Google is seeing your brand as something else. And then you have to go in there and you have to pray that you can basically fix it. Anyway, I like to do this when I'm doing audits now, by the way, Greg. That's why I'm doing this.
I would also get rid of the LLC across all the citations too,
Yeah, I
because
agree.
you're including the LLC in the business name everywhere, and you shouldn't.
Completely agree. Okay,
Oh, let's
cool.
do this. If we look in the market, West Houston has 2,000, Mr. Electric has 418, Beekman has 340, Mr. Sparky has 2,800, Electric City has 347, and you have 63. You need a lot more reviews.
Yeah.
Like everybody is 200 plus. Ace is down to 67, and then LLC or your LC Pro is 63. I would concentrate on getting a lot more reviews.
Chad has a question for you. In your
And
roast
Mary,
of
for you were asking, this is the SEO Pro plugin from Marketing Syrup right there.
interesting. Chad has a question for you. You mentioned keeping the address because all the others were. Can you elaborate on your reasoning?
Yeah, because if the address is showing when everyone else is set up as a service area business with the hidden address, that business with the address showing is going to rank better. Also, conversely, if all of your competitors are set up as a storefront and you're the only one set up as a service business, you're going to struggle to rank as well as they will. That's why normally you'd want to be set up as a service business as an electrician, but in this market, so many of the competitors are set up as storefronts. You wouldn't want to go, well, I'm going to be a service business just to be correct when that's going to hurt you if you're already set up as a storefront and everyone else is too. And I guess, do we go to the next roast now, Ben?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, let me go ahead and kill this. Okay, so this one, so what we got 9 minutes. I think we can cruise through a roast in 9 minutes. Don't you hate when that pops up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me mark that down
You
like
want to go
that.
first on this one?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Okay. Oops, I got rid of the URL. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna go grab that. There's got it. All right. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so as far as this goes, I mean, it looks like we're doing well. We're doing posts on a regular basis, November 12th, November 6th. So you're doing approximately once a week. So that's great. Let's take a look at these posts really quick. Oh crap. Oh,
Yeah.
toss me that link, buddy.
Toss you what link?
The link to the GBP. I can't. Let me see if I can grab it really quick from here.
I just put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, so if we take a look at this, tower urology. Okay, we're going to start from the top down. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the reviews. So we want to take a look at the newest first. Newest first. First one from 17 hours ago does not have a response, which is acceptable. After that, you've got, some good responses. Let's take a look and see how they're written. Thank you for your wonderful review, John. We're delighted to hear. It's like, okay, doctor's name. Okay. Okay. I would try to expand on the review responses. They're pretty succinct and to the point. Um, you are mentioning what they're saying, which is good, but I would throw them into ChatGPT and just say, here's the review, here's my response, make this professional. And that'll give you a little bit more meat basically on the bones. It just kind of looks like you're kind of rushing through it as far as responses go. So a little bit more of a meatier response might be nice. If we take a look at the lowest ratings, we are seeing that, one from 6 months ago, you are addressing them, which is great. You're saying please contact us, but you're not saying how to contact you. Should they contact you by phone? Should they contact you by email? It would be nice to see that. Also, what I'm seeing is that the negative reviews from a year ago are not being responded to. They're getting kudos, though. I will tell you that. So people are leaving kudos. So I would highly recommend going ahead and responding to all of your reviews, including the ones that are old. A lot of people ignore those, but those are the ones you don't want to ignore. Because if I'm going to be looking up your business, I'm going to read through all of your negative reviews, every single one of them. And if you're not responding to them, that means you just don't care. At least that's how I would see it. So the description itself looks pretty decent. Yep, it's a pretty boilerplate. Again, posts. The posts I would work on a little bit. I mean, the cropping of the images looks pretty decent. That is true. But, oh, well, actually, no, I take that back. One of the posts is just a big old image in the middle. It's got a lot of the black bars on the side. So you might want to go download a template for images. So that way you don't have the huge black bars on the side. Yeah, they're just not
Well,
fitting.
and even still, like on that first image, you just see the reflection of the building right there, and the post
Yeah,
is about the team, which doesn't fit.
exactly. I agree. I agree. The other thing here that, and this is just a thing to keep in mind, and that is that the headline here is meet our skilled team at Tower Urology, where professional and expertise unite to provide. That's it. To provide. In other words, the headline is getting cut off. So you really want to try and stick to 80 characters, actually. So that way it looks professional and can be read. And it should be a lead in, actually, to the rest of the post. It's good that you have to learn more, but the learn more goes right to the homepage. On the next
Yeah,
post,
every
goes right
single
to the
one goes to the
homepage.
homepage.
Yeah. So that is useless. Meet our skilled team should go to your about page.
But also, meet our skilled team isn't something I would do as a post anyway.
Might want to highlight a doctor instead.
I mean, in this one, if you're talking about the fact both of them mention you have female urologists, put that up front and center. Hey, we have female urologists, but you're using the same image multiple times. But posts should be treated like ads, not like social media. And these are like social media posts. These are not going to be like, get ready for Halloween with confidence.
Hmm.
Like, and you're talking about an erectile dysfunction doctor, a female urologist, or someone to help with bladder issues. Those are three different, vastly different topics that you're putting into one thing with a poorly cropped image and a link that just goes to the homepage of the site. Like, not great.
No. Let's talk about more things to fix. I would either do one of two things with your social media. Number one, remove them from the Google Business Profile completely. Or number two, get somebody to do social media. The LinkedIn page is unclaimed. That's number one. So there's nothing there. Twitter has not been updated since 2019. Okay, Instagram has old stuff there. YouTube has not been updated for 6 years.
Yep.
Yeah, get rid of it or fix it. One of the two. It looks bad. It looks horrible. Okay. So the contact page is good. Okay. It actually is a request a consultation. So kudos on that. And
You
let's
should have
just take,
UTM tracking on those links, though.
oh gosh, yes, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, so the photos are okay. So photos by the owner are just your doctors, and they're all professional headshots. And there's what looks like a stock image. Um, Also, this is not useful at all. This is cold. It's stone cold, is what it is. It tells me again that you really don't care very much. This is how users see this. It's like, okay,
We have
great,
no
you got
photos of the
smiling
inside of the
doctors on.
office.
Yeah, there's really nothing here, is what it is. It's a lot of nothing. As a matter of fact, the only thing that you do have there is you have a video of somebody outside walking their child in front of the building. Um, I would probably report that and get that removed. Big time. Get that removed. Yeah, that's about it, buddy. What else do you see?
I went to go check how many reviews everyone else has, and I noticed this amazing business name. So I would go try to slap down the competition a little bit with their spammy bullshit in their business name.
Yeah.
But these guys, I mean, 184 reviews versus 579 versus 463. Seems like maybe you might want to get some more reviews. I mean, it already ranks number two, 178,
But they can be number one if they get rid of
202,
all that spammy
427.
competitor.
Like most of these people have a couple hundred, so I would try to get some more reviews. But other
Yep.
than that, like pretty good.
Yep. I mean,
All
people are
right.
making some good points in the comments. It's hard sometimes due to HIPAA, and, don't use AI imagery, of course, right? And images are tough for this topic, which is true to an extent. If you get permission, you can definitely do it. You can do anything, but images of the office, that's pretty easy. Oh, God, what, man?
One could say it might be hard to find images for this doctor. And with that, we're done
Don't
with
go
this week's
there.
episode.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, safe, awesome Thanksgiving. And that's a great note. That's a great way to end this. I gotta admit it. So everybody have a wonderful, great Thanksgiving. Greg, have an amazing Thanksgiving, my friend, with your family.
You too, my friend.
And everybody just be safe, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right. Bye, everybody.